The pressure to look like you belong in luxury spaces. Walk into the lobby of a five-star hotel in downtown Vancouver in 2026, perhaps the polished marble entrance of Fairmont Pacific Rim or a luxury boutique store along Alberni Street, and there is often a moment before anything is said, before ordering the espresso, before greeting the host, before even reaching the elevator. It is the moment of assessment. Who belongs here? For many people, especially younger consumers in 2026, that question feels less about money and more about performance. Luxury spaces have always communicated status through architecture, design, dress codes, and service rituals. But in 2026, the pressure to look like you belong has intensified. Social media has turned luxury from something privately consumed into something publicly displayed. A handbag is no longer simply a handbag. A hotel stay is not only accommodation. A dinner reservation becomes a photo carousel, a story post, or a get ready with me video. Luxury has become visual currency. This pressure is deeply connected to what researchers call status signaling, the use of clothing, brands, or behaviors to communicate social identity. Sociologist Pierre Bourdieu described this decades ago as cultural capital, knowing how to dress, speak, consume, and behave in ways that signal belonging within elite spaces. That framework feels remarkably relevant in 2026. Today, however, cultural capital is increasingly digital and algorithmic. Not only must someone belong, they must appear to belong online. Luxury and fashion analysts note that the industry is actively adapting to changing definitions of value in 2026, particularly as consumer behavior shifts toward experience, image, and social identity rather than ownership alone. Platforms like TikTok and Instagram have accelerated this shift. Quiet luxury, old money aesthetic, stealth wealth, and clean girl trends have dominated feeds throughout 2025 and 2026. These aesthetics often appear effortless, but they are highly curated. Neutral linen sets, understated tailoring, expensive skincare, polished accessories, and minimalist interiors all communicate wealth, even when actual wealth may not be present. This creates a cultural contradiction. The look is meant to appear natural, but often requires careful labor and financial investment. Popular media has increasingly pointed to the class dynamics hidden inside these trends. Social conversations around social media classism have gone viral in 2026, with creators critiquing how viewers judge someone's income level by details as small as phone quality, kitchen countertops, nails, airport seating, or whether a person carries designer shopping bags. In many cases, luxury is no longer purchased. It is rented, borrowed, staged, or digitally edited. A 2020 Maclean's feature, still widely referenced in conversations around online status performance, described how appearing wealthy online became an industry of its own through rentals, staged photography, and curated visual deception. By 2026, this phenomenon feels even more normalized. Luxury resale continues to grow rapidly, and second-hand luxury is expected to outpace first-hand growth in coming years, partially because younger consumers want access to status symbols at lower cost. Yet the emotional cost of this performance is significant. For many young adults, entering luxury spaces can trigger imposter syndrome, the sense of being watched, judged, or exposed as not belonging. This may appear in subtle behaviors, checking one's outfit repeatedly before entering a hotel lobby, feeling anxious ordering from an expensive wine list, or hesitating to browse inside a luxury store without intending to buy anything. These feelings are rarely irrational. Luxury spaces are often intentionally designed to feel exclusive. Everything from lighting and scent to staff interaction can reinforce hierarchy and aspiration. But in 2026, brands are also facing a challenge. Too much exclusivity risks alienating the very aspirational consumers luxury once depended on. Industry leaders increasingly acknowledge that luxury is being forced to redefine value beyond logos and pricing. Analysts note that after years of aggressive price increases, many consumers feel pushed out of the luxury market altogether. This helps explain why authenticity has become so culturally powerful in 2026. Across fashion and creator culture, audiences increasingly reward people who are transparent about thrifted outfits, resale purchases, repeated clothing, or mixing luxury with everyday basics. Pinterest's 2026 trend forecasting also suggests consumers are craving comfort, authenticity, and relief from the exhaustion of constant online performance. And perhaps that is the tension at the heart of luxury today. People still want beauty, they still want elegance, they still want access to spaces that feel elevated and aspirational. But many are increasingly resisting the idea that worth must be visually proven. To look like you belong in 2026 is no longer only about affording luxury. It is about navigating visibility, class performance, aesthetics, and identity under constant observation. And increasingly, the most powerful social statement may not be wearing luxury perfectly, but entering the room comfortably enough not to need to prove anything at all.